I'm 95 years old, and I need to tell you something that will probably make you angry. The retirement dream they sold you, it's a lie. And I know this because I lived it. I believed it for 70 years. I planned for it, saved for it, sacrificed for it, and now, sitting here at 95 with maybe months left, I can finally see the truth. But here's the cruel part. I don't have enough time to warn everyone. If I had just 5 more years, I could expose this properly. I could reach more people. I could make sure this message gets through. But time doesn't negotiate, so I'm recording this now, today, because someone needs to hear this before they waste their entire life chasing the same illusion I chased. The retirement lie starts when you're young. Work hard now, they tell you, sacrifice now, save now, and then someday, when you're 65 or 70, you'll finally get to enjoy life. You'll have freedom. You'll have time. You'll finally do all the things you dreamed about. That's the promise, right? 40 years of work in exchange for maybe 15 or 20 years of freedom at the end. Except, here's what nobody tells you. By the time you get there, you're too old to do most of the things you dreamed about. Your body doesn't work the same way. Your energy is gone. Your friends are dying. And all that freedom you waited for, it feels empty because you don't have the health or the people or the vitality to enjoy it. I retired at 68. I had done everything right, worked for the same company for 43 years, saved diligently, had a good pension, a nice retirement account. By society's standards, I was successful. I had earned my rest, and for the first few months, retirement felt like a dream. I woke up without an alarm, played golf, read books, took a trip to Italy my wife and I had been planning for decades. But then something happened that nobody warned me about. The purpose disappeared, the structure disappeared, and suddenly I was just this old man with nothing to do. Days blurred together, weeks felt meaningless. I went from being someone who contributed, someone who mattered, to being someone who just existed, just filled time until time ran out. My wife noticed it before I did. She said I seemed lost, and she was right, because I had spent 70 years building toward this moment, this promised land of retirement, and it turned out to be nothing like I imagined. Here's the first part of the lie. They tell you retirement is freedom. But freedom without purpose is just emptiness. When you work, even if you don't love your job, you have structure, you have a reason to get up, you have people who need you, you have problems to solve. Retirement takes all of that away. And suddenly, you're supposed to just enjoy yourself. But humans aren't wired to just enjoy themselves with no purpose. We need meaning. We need to feel useful. And retirement strips that away and calls it a reward. I watched my best friend John go through the same thing. He retired at 66, was so excited, talked about all the projects he was finally going to do, the woodworking, the traveling, the time with grandkids. 6 months later, he was depressed. A year later, he was back working part-time at a hardware store just to have somewhere to go. He died 3 years after retiring. And I remember thinking at his funeral, he spent 45 years waiting for retirement, got 3 years of it, and spent most of that time miserable. That's the trade? That's the dream? Here's the second part of the lie. They tell you to save for retirement, delay gratification. Don't spend money on experiences now. Put it away for later. And I did that. I was so disciplined. Vacations we didn't take because we were saving. Dinners we didn't go to because we were being responsible. Time with family we cut short because I had to work more to secure our future. And you know what? We saved plenty. We had more than enough. But by the time I retired, my wife's health was already declining. She had arthritis, hip problems. She couldn't do half the things we had planned. We finally had the money and the time, but we didn't have the health. That Italy trip I mentioned? It was hard. She was in pain most of the time. We couldn't walk as much as we wanted, couldn't explore the way we imagined when we were 40 and planning this trip. We should have gone 30 years earlier. We should have spent the money when we could actually enjoy it. But we were being responsible. We were following the plan, and the plan cheated us. Here's what I wish someone had told me when I was 30. Your body has an expiration date. Your energy has an expiration date. The people you love have expiration dates. And you cannot save time. You cannot bank youth. You cannot postpone living until retirement and expect it to feel the same as living now. I have money in the bank right now that I'll never spend. What's the point? I can't travel anymore. I can barely walk to the mailbox. My wife died 6 years ago. Most of my friends are gone. So I have this retirement account that was supposed to give me freedom, and all it does is sit there while I sit here alone, waiting to die. If I could go back and talk to my 30-year-old self, I'd tell him this: take the trip. Spend the money on experiences with your wife while she's healthy. Work less. Be home for dinner. Don't sacrifice the present for a future that might never come the way you imagine it. Here's the third part of the lie. The timeline is wrong. They tell you to work from 25 to 65, 40 years. That's the bulk of your life. That's your physical prime. That's when you have energy, health, strength, and vitality. And they want you to spend all of it working, commuting, being stressed, climbing ladders, chasing promotions. And then, when you're old and tired and your body is breaking down, they give you permission to finally live. Does that make sense to you? Why are we doing it backwards? Why are we spending our best years preparing for our worst years? I'm 95. I've lived long enough to see 3 generations make the same mistake. My son is 68 now, retired 2 years ago. And you know what? He's going through the exact same thing I went through. Lost, purposeless, wondering what to do with all this time he suddenly has. My grandson is 43, works 60-hour weeks, stressed constantly, barely sees his kids, and when I try to tell him what I've learned, he says the same thing I said at his age. I don't have a choice. I have to provide. I have responsibilities. And he's right. He does. But he's wrong about the choice. There's always a choice. You can work less and live more. You can prioritize presence over promotion. You can choose experiences over savings. But society makes you feel guilty for that. They call it irresponsible. They say, you're not thinking about the future. But let me tell you something. I thought about the future for 70 years. I sacrificed for it. I planned for it. And now that I'm living in that future, I'd give anything to go back and live more in the past. Here's the truth they don't want you to know. Retirement is not the goal. Living is the goal. And you can live right now. You don't need permission. You don't need to wait until you're 65. The best time to live is when you're young enough to enjoy it. I see young people today and they're more stressed than my generation ever was. Working harder, sleeping less, more anxiety, more pressure. And for what? So they can retire at 65 and finally relax? By then, half of them will have health problems, depression, regret. They'll look back and realize they wasted their youth preparing for old age. I'm not saying don't save. I'm not saying quit your job and live recklessly. I'm saying balance is not what they told us it was. The balance they sold us was 40 years of work and 20 years of rest. That's not balance. That's a scam. Real balance is working enough to support yourself while also living enough to enjoy yourself. It's taking the vacation even if it means less in the retirement account. It's leaving work on time to have dinner with your family. It's saying no to the promotion that would give you more money but take away your time, because time is the only thing you can't get back, and you don't know how much you have. I thought I'd have more time. I thought I'd make it to retirement and have 20 good years. I got maybe 5 good years. The rest has been decline. Health issues, loss, loneliness. This is not what I sacrificed for. If I had 5 more years with my full faculties, I'd spend every day trying to expose this lie. I'd go to high schools and colleges and tell young people the truth. I'd go to corporations and tell people in their 30s and 40s to stop sacrificing everything for a future that might not come. But I don't have 5 more years. I probably don't have 5 more months. So I'm recording this, and I'm begging you to hear me. Don't wait for retirement to start living. Don't postpone joy. Don't sacrifice your health and your relationships and your presence for money and status and retirement accounts that you might not even live to enjoy. Live now, not recklessly, not irresponsibly, but intentionally. Choose life today, not someday. Work to live. Don't live to work. Spend time with people you love while they're still here. Take the trips while you can still walk. Say yes to experiences, even if it means saying no to extra savings. Because I promise you, when you're my age, you won't regret the money you didn't save. You'll regret the life you didn't live. I'm 95 years old, and if I had just 5 more years, I'd spend every single day trying to wake people up to this truth, but I don't. So I'm telling you now, the retirement dream is a lie, and by the time most people figure that out, it's too late. Don't let it be too late for you. Live now while you still can.